manage anger? So you're open to ask me questions on the subject of anger management. But I will, on my part, try to introduce the subject as well. Sip Kamal, Sip Vikrant, Sip Anil and Atmanand, Sip Abha, Chidanand, Deepatma and Alak. Sip Mita, Jyoti, Pix and Sadanand. Sip Anand, Krishnanama, Girishanand and Viresh. Sip Rajanand, Ahem Sip Sadlanand, Chotwani. Sip Samatma, Girija Krishna and Sarojanand. Sip Harshal, Sukhi, Parvatiyama and Sachin. Sip Siba, Siva, Premchandji, Manisha. Sip Ahmatma, Prakash, Bliko and Insimita Show, Prabhu Insimita Show. Sip Poonam Pushpa Yashwant. Welcome to the call. You can ask me any question on any subject, but for those who are coming to this call on anger management, how do we manage anger? Why do we get angry? What is the cause? How to control anger? When somebody gets angry, how should we respond? There's so many angles in the subject of anger management. So I have Ruth Anu. Let us start, and then in between, when there are questions, I will fill in the explanation. But we all have a problem with anger management. Either we have a problem with our anger or somebody else's anger. Today, somebody was in front of me and they burst out being angry. Sometimes, I'm telling you this point, my guru taught me, don't lose your temper, but sometimes you have to use your temper. Because if you don't use your temper, then somebody else will sit on your head and play tabla on your head till you're dead. So therefore, you have to sometimes use your temper. So let us start. I saw Ruth Anu, she is gone. So there is Ashok Nichani in the opening spot. Ashok.
Shalom, Sarji.
Shivoham.
Sarji, anger is due to the mind taking toxic thoughts.
Okay.
So whenever some person is angry, we should not be angry because it will add fuel to the fire. We should pause, think.
So what should we do?
Be silent for some time.
Let them become more angry?
Let them become more angry. Let me learn to be silent for some time. I will cool down. Seeing the situation, I'll have to respond.
But what if they are accusing you? What if they are challenging you? What if they are questioning you? What if
Sir,
they are?
yeah, nothing matters, but I will listen. If they are accusing me or doing wrong things to me, I'll have to listen and then respond to them in a proper way. Thinking, go into
First of all,
consciousness,
first
go
of
into
all, remember,
consciousness.
anger is triggered by the mind, but it is caused by the ego.
Ego.
Anger, unless there is an ego, you can't get angry. The mind needs the ego to become angry. Without ego, you can't be angry.
So if the problem is serious, I'll have to keep myself silent for a few minutes or seconds and then respond to it, seeing the
Good,
situation.
good. We also talk angry at you. What you must do, you must take some bottle water and put the water. Keep water in
Quiet,
your mouth. If you keep water in your
mouth,
mouth, you can't burst out. Then you
burst
can't
out.
burst. You can't do. You can't do. So your water will control that.
Control.
Okay, Rutan. Thank you, Ashok. Thank you for starting. Let us see where this discussion goes. Anger management. And as I told you, this every Saturday we have a topic. Last Saturday it was depression. This Saturday it is anger. I think next Saturday it is fear. So every week we will be having one topic which is troubling people. But you don't have to stop only at that topic. You can ask any question on Ask Care, but there's a guideline of the topic, but you can ask any question. Rutanu. Rutanu. Are you there, Rutanu? You have to unmute. Okay. Who's it?
We
We
don't
can't
have
hear
to
you.
use RDX. Yeah,
We can't.
don't have to use RDX. We have to use RDX.
Yes, good idea. We don't have to react, destroy, and explode.
And
We have to.
Guruji,
We have to
today is
respond.
my IR day.
Huh? You have a bad connection of your video. First of all, you have a very bad connection.
Hello.
You have a bad connection. Switch off your video and speak. Okay, take her off. Okay, so sometimes when you don't have a good connection. So, my dear friends, as I told you, you can ask any question. Sachin is next, but it can be on anger, it can be on any subject. It doesn't have to be related only to anger. Sachin and Shiva. Shiva.
Someone very well said that it's a mind, but I also think that apart from mind,
Is my connection not good or Chidanand, can you hear him?
sorry,
Me, hear me or you can hear me?
I can hear you.
No, but your connection is coming and going. So what is your question?
I said that someone started right with the said someone said that mind is the problem. Mind and how we mind is a problem for anger management. But I also feel that remaining in consciousness helps up. If you are in consciousness, then we will be able to respond instead of reacting.
So I
But
replied
at
there,
time, but at
mind,
times,
the mind, the mind cannot create anger.
right.
The mind,
It's
because
the ego.
understand,
It's the
yeah,
ego.
it's the ego. Yeah, please understand. The mind can create fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, and guilt.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, what does the ego create? The ego creates anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, pride, greed, and selfishness.
Hmm.
Understand that the mind will create anger through the ego.
Hmm.
Without the ego, the mind, what is anger? I am
Hmm.
angry at you.
Hmm.
So in anger, then I and you. I and you means ego comes into place.
Hmm. Hmm.
So please understand that in anger, the ego is involved along with the mind. ME, mind and ego, me.
Vijay, I want to ask you one thing, which is
Yeah.
very important for me to understand one time for all. That at times you don't do wrong right away, right? Maybe your prarabdha karma, you've done something wrong, for which you suffer every time. But having said that, you don't do currently anything like that, but people still do politics to you, or they keep talking behind you. Why does that happen? And how to handle that? That's the biggest issue which I face actually.
So I'm asking you, when some people are doing politics against you, is it
Hmm.
because God is unfair?
No, no, no. Of course, it's my karma.
Then, then what is your
No,
question?
no, no, no. My question is how to handle this. Is there any way we can handle this to at least secure things, or rather guard yourself?
How to handle this is by being in consciousness, by
Hmm.
by the art of acceptance and surrender,
Hmm.
and ABC, doing your
No,
best.
ABC is already happening. I'm
Yeah.
saying ABC is already happening. Still,
Then
you.
what? Then no. If ABC is happening, then the question is not relevant.
Hmm.
It's just like you're telling
Hmm.
Guruji. Tell me, I'm going outside. It's raining, and I have an umbrella, but I'm
Hmm.
still getting wet in the rain. Then why are you getting wet in the rain if you have umbrella?
No, for me, ABC is happening, but ABC is also making me suffer, right? So that's what my
Why?
question was.
Why is making you
Suffer
suffer?
in between, you lose your job, right? So you don't have a job to work, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what my question actually. I didn't wanted to ask a direct question on that, but I wanted to understand that how do you handle the situation that it doesn't happen again and again?
Let me tell you one thing, Sachin. I can tell you beyond a doubt.
Hmm.
If you are still looking for a job, then your
Hmm.
best is not best enough.
Hmm.
You need to make your best 10 times more.
Hmm.
For the current moment, for you, it is anyhow, do or die to get your job anyhow. Not half spirituality, half job. No. 100% focus on your job. Then come
Hmm.
back to spirituality. You can come on the call every day, it's okay, but your focus 23 hours a day has to be. on your job. Any other time, anything else you're doing is wasting your life. First, you need to take care of roti kapda makan. You need to take care of your basics. If you don't have your basics, then it's very difficult for you to be spiritually evolved.
No, I'm good in that part. My question was not that actually, Guruji. My point was that since this is happening to me again and again, how do I address this for once for all that it doesn't happen again?
By
Because
realizing, by realizing it's not happening to you, it's happening to Sachin, and you are not Sachin.
it's happening to the body.
Yeah,
Mm.
that is, and for that you need to get a job, right? To get fully into
Mm.
spirituality, you need to get. Without a job, how can you be spiritual? How do you take care of
Mm.
your basics?
Mm. Correct.
So let us be in consciousness. When we are not in consciousness, Sachin, we become monsters. When we are not in consciousness, we are not having intellect. The mind is making us choose wrong decisions. We are unable to see black and white. Even the best of the best of the best of life is not looking at the best because we are not in consciousness. We are slave of the mind and ego, me. We are prisoners. We are not free. Therefore, this call is what is transformative. It is very important for us not to lose command of our life. Okay. And I know that
Correct.
you're very sorted. So please continue doing your best and tell me soon that I've got it. I've cracked it.
Got it.
Siba Premchandji. Siba and Premchand.
Pranam Guruji, Pranam, and
Pranam.
loads and
Only.
loads and loads of gratitude to you, Guruji, because in every phase I am seeing myself, Guruji, ki I am becoming stronger and stronger day by day, Guruji. So, Guruji, if you uh, the answer is that, ki Guruji, as we are walking on the path of enlightenment to liberation, we have to use our intellect and discrimination power to enlighten our ego. So, and if you are honest on your deed, so no need of giving explanation to anyone and anybody, Guruji. You have to maintain silence. जो जैसा है उसको स्वीकार भाव में रहो, गुरुजी. Accept it as it is. And you know the habit of the person, you know his deeds, everything. You have to feel कि भगवान इसको भी अच्छी सद्बुद्धि दो ताकि ये भी अपने मार्ग पर अच्छा चल सके, गुरुजी. Don't be बुद्धू, don't use your बुद्धि to discriminate that. इतने दिन बुद्धू बन के चल रहे थे हम लोग, but because of the under the guidance of the guru, we can sort out our problem. But उसको तो कोई गाइड करने वाला भी नहीं है सामने वाले को. तो have pity them, pity उनके लिए हमारे को करुणा भाव होना चाहिए, कंपैशन होना चाहिए, गुरु.
So sometime Bala, when हमारे प्रिय लोगों को, हमारे प्रिय फैमिली लोगों को, हमारे फ्रेंड्स, हमारे जो प्रिय लोग हैं, वो माइंड स्टेट में चले जाते हैं, वो एंग्री हो जाते हैं, तो हमें क्या करना है?
तो that only, Guruji, ki use your intellect and think how can I rescue from that, Guruji.
We have to be in consciousness.
Yeah, you use
And
your
we,
intellect, Guruji.
we should not react.
Yeah,
Of
you
course,
should.
sometimes we have to use our temper without losing our temper.
Yeah.
Because if you don't use the temper, then you can't stop that person from being unfair or being angry. So kabhi we have to use temper also, but only up to a point, a chota sa point.
Guruji,
Okay.
but when we stop interfering in anybody's matter, Guruji, तो 99% problems sort out हो जाते हैं, Guruji. Unless and until they don't ask for the suggestion, don't open your mouth only, Guruji.
Why we should interfere in somebody's matter?
I was interfering. I was doing all these things not for 35 years, Guruji.
So when we are interfering in other people's matters, we are
Yeah.
opening our door for other people's mess.
Yeah,
Then
Guruji.
other people's mess will create so much stress.
Yeah.
Then therefore we have to be in consciousness. वो भाड़ में जाओ, वो जो करता है भाड़ में जाओ वो.
गुरुजी इतने साल के बाद आप भी समझा ना, गुरुजी इतने 35 years after
We have to be in consciousness, and little bit we have to pay attention on I. Who am I? Why am I here?
Yeah, Guruji, exactly.
वो अगर हम I को हम छोड़ देंगे, what is the problem?
Yeah.
Thank you, Premchand ji.
No, and जब तक कोई आपको पूछता नहीं है, एक्सप्लेनेशन भी मत दो कि ये ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ. I said no need of explanation also कि ये देखना ऐसे हुआ, फिर ऐसे हुआ, फिर मैं इसको गुरुजी, I have stopped everything, गुरुजी.
इसलिए संत लोग बोलते थे कम बोलो.
Yeah,
कम खाना, कम बोलना, खाना भी कम,
हाँ,
गम गम खाना, कम खाना, कम
कम कम बोलो,
बोलना.
कम बोलो गम खाओ, कम बोलो कम खाओ और गम जाओ, ऐसा कुछ है गुरु जी.
कुछ तो है, कुछ तो नहीं. So
Guru,
let us be in that state.
Guruji, I'm
Okay, bye.
so much thankful for making
Thank
me
you.
so
Thank you,
strong.
Siba Premchand ji. Premchand ji, come back on second round if there's nobody speaking.
Shivam Gurudev,
Shiva Premchand ji, बताइए.
the main cause of the anger is I. Don't
Yes.
allow, don't allow I to come in between.
Yes.
Second, avoid argument. Don't react. Third, if anything and going to happen, accept and surrender. राम सुखदास जी कहते हैं जो कुछ भी हो जाए ये तो होना ही था. You accept it, there will be no anger.
देखिए एंगर से क्या होगा. If you are angry, it's going to only create mess in your life. Anger
Yes,
can
sir.
only destroy. Anger is a fire, it can burn. तो मैंने अपने गुरु के साथ एक किताब लिखा, बर्न एंगर बिफोर एंगर बर्न्स यू. क्या किताब लिखा मैं? बर्न एंगर बिफोर एंगर बर्न्स यू. मैंने कई साल पहले एक किताब लिखा, बर्न एंगर बिफोर एंगर बर्न्स यू.
तो सबसे बड़ी चीज यही है कि 100% avoid discussion.
100%.
Don't avoid discussion, unwanted discussion.
हाँ.
It's better to not to respond.
अगर हम 1 आवर किसी से बात करेंगे, 1 घंटा 2 घंटा बात करेंगे तो क्या हुआ? 1 घंटा 2 घंटे में कुछ, एक्सेप्ट इफ इट इज स्पिरिचुअल टॉक, बाकी सब बकवास टॉक में तो सब
बाकी सब
लफड़ा ही होगा
बकवास
ना.
है.
लफड़ा ही होगा ना.
Avoid discussion.
गुड प्रेमचंद जी, यू आर वेरी वाइज. है महात्मा.
Guruji Krishnoham.
कृष्णोहम.
Since the today's topic is anger management, I am bound to bring the Tirukural because it's a life manual actually. The most Guruji, you can note down. Now I am telling, since the Tirukural book is with you.
What's up?
WhatsApp. Now I am
What's
telling
up?
in this, but for the benefit of everybody, I am telling. Kural number 301, that couplet or something like that, 301 to 310. 10 lines, each consisting of two lines, that discusses about the restraining, how to restrain the anger. That and all, this is only for the information. From my side, I am telling the couplet 250, 250, it gives the pakka explanation. How not to be angry. Thiruvalluvan gives a practical way. I'm telling. No, I'm telling from my side. Since I know it, I'm telling it actually. 250. Assume that I'm working in the office. What Thiruvalluvan suggests, not to get angry. Normally, we will not get angry with our superiors. जो हमसे बलशाली हैं, either in terms of wealth, either in terms of position, we will not get angry. Normally, those हमसे नीचे हैं, husband will get angry with the wife, manager will get angry with the lower level persons. How not to get angry? This is the way the Valluvan shows.
Continue.
Normally, assume that I am a manager working in a company. That Tirukural and all, I don't want to say. It's a Kural number 250. That gives the explanation. How it says is, assume that I'm giving an example. I am a manager. I should, my subordinate has done some mischievous thing, or हमारे पीछे जो बात करते हैं या जो भी बात करते हैं, हमको नाराज करते हैं, कुछ ना कुछ, they are provoking us. At that time, suddenly the anger will burst out. How not to get angry? The Valluvan says, when the anger comes in our mind, assume that if your superior is going to get angry with you, at that time, उसके सामने सिर झुकाकर, आंख बंद करके या जो भी हो, उसी प्रकार, our entire शरीर डर से लगेगा, डर होकर उसके सामने झुके के रखेगा. उस सिचुएशन को याद करो. तुम्हारे सुपीरियर के सामने तुम सिर झुकाकर क्या करना है, क्या करोगे? We cannot do anything if my GM shouts at me.
Okay. Is there any more point in what this Tirukul said, or that's the point?
That is the point.
Okay. My first feedback to you.
Yeah.
Please don't explain in Hindi. Your
Okay.
Hindi is not strong as English.
Okay.
Please don't speak half Hindi, half English.
Okay.
Point number one. Point number two. 100 people are on this call.
Yeah.
So you have to respect their time,
Yeah.
and you have to give the essence by reading out what the Tirukal is telling.
Yeah.
If you don't read out, if you are not reading out, then you are not contributing to their learning.
Okay.
So,
In
so
two
please,
lines, I'm completing. I got the crisp of it, because I do not want to take only 2 lines. I'm saying, before our superiors, we will be having most fear. That fearness, assume that my junior आदमी भी वो भी हमारे पास ऐसे ही रखेगा. If we think like that, we can overcome the anger. That's what
my dear Ahmatma, with all due respect to what is written in the Tirukal, let me tell you, the moment anger comes, who will disagree in this call? We cannot control it. It is like a fire. It will burst. To tell that when anger comes, I should think what if my superior was there. There is no time, my dear Ahmatma. If you want to overcome anger, the only way to overcome anger is to see sipping all the time. Not only when the anger is coming. You must always be in sip consciousness established. Then when the anger comes, you will say, Prabhu, Prabhu, you will smile. I find so many people eating my head. I find so many people. They come and they irritate me and they irritate me what I should do. Sometimes they are unfair, sometimes they are not understanding, sometimes they are unreasonable. So if you can see sip in them, if you can see the divine, you can overcome it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm telling you, no other thing. Very difficult for anybody to try to reason with anger. My dear, you cannot reason. If a terrorist is standing in front of you with a gun, no, you cannot tell the terrorist, Bhaiya, acha karam karo bhaiya, Bhagwan se daro bhaiya. He will put the gun on your head and he will shoot you. Finished. You saw Pahalgam, what happened. So, my point to you, if you want to be established in, of course, what you're saying is a valid point, but that can not happen when we are in the ego dominant state. When the ego is dominant, you know what the ego thinks? The ego thinks this world revolves around me. I am the greatest. What you are thinking, man? Who the hell you are, man? Everything, I will kill you, man. I will destroy you, man. I. When that ego is in that state, I am Atma, very difficult to overcome. Okay, thank you, Ahmatma. Viresh. And no Hindi from town, only English. Viresh. आप
हाँ,
हिंदी में बोलिए.
हाँ, प्रणाम प्रभु जी.
बोलिए
प्रणाम
प्रणाम.
प्रभु. देखिए,
प्रणाम.
क्रोध के एंगर के दो एस्पेक्ट है. एक है जब हमको आता है और जब सामने वाला हमारे ऊपर करता है.
बिल्कुल.
अपने वाले जी. तो पहला एस्पेक्ट है जब हमको आता है. उसका
Yes.
एक सबसे बड़ा कारण होता है मोह और लोभ. हमारे पास कोई चीज है, अगर वो हमको लगाओ और कोई हमसे ले रहा तो हमें क्रोध आएगा, या हम उसको जो है और बढ़ाना चाहते हैं. लोभ, अगर हमारे पास एक कार है, हम चाहते हैं 4 कार आ जाए तो लोभ है. अगर उसमें कोई रुकावट आती है तो हमको क्रोध आता है ना. तो जिस समय ये क्रोध उठता है, अगर उस समय आप उसके भाव को, इमोशन को देख सकें तो फिर क्रोध नहीं आएगा. उसी समय देख लें. जैसे भगवान बुद्ध ने भी कहा है कि क्रोध एक अंगारा है जलता हुआ, इसको हम दूसरे के ऊपर फेंकेंगे तो पहले हमारा हाथ जलेगा, तब हम फेंक पाएंगे. हाँ,
बिल्कुल.
तो इसलिए ये चीज अगर हम समझ लेंगे तो शायद मामला थोड़ा सुलझ जाएगा. दूसरा एस्पेक्ट है जब दूसरे हम पे करते हैं, तो उसके बारे में जैसा हमने भी पेटकली किया है कि जो आया उससे कहा बैठो टेबल पे, सामने पानी का गिलास पियो, पैड उठाया, पेन लिया, क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपको, क्या शिकायत है. तो जब हम पैड लेके लिखना शुरू करते हैं तो आधा गुस्सा तो उसका वैसे ही दूर हो जाता है ना. वो बता, ऐसे तो वो बड़बड़ बड़बड़ बोलेगा, लेकिन अगर आप पेन और पकड़ ले, बताओ भाई क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या क्या है, नोट करोगे तो हो जाएगा. और थोड़ा मुस्कुराते रहो कि आपकी बात बहुत सही है, आप जो कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही है ना. तो जो आपने बताया कि आप मुस्कुरा दोगे तो काफी कुछ मैनेजमेंट एंगर का हो जाता है ना. अब आप
एक्चुअली ना देखिए, ये जो एंगर मैनेजमेंट है ना सुरेश जी, आपने पहला बात क्या कहा
कि पहले जब हमको आता है
तो क्या करना है?
है ना? तो हमको एक तो उस समय देखना है कि किस समय वो शुरू हो रहा है, क्यों
तो
कारण से
प्रॉब्लम
हो
क्या
रहा है।
है? प्रॉब्लम
जी
क्या है? एंगर एक ब्लास्ट माफिक है।
जी
मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, आपकी जिंदगी में कितनी बार आपको शायद 10 साल पहले, 20 साल पहले गुस्सा आया होगा, और अभी उसके बाद आपको रिग्रेट है, शर्म है, अरे
जी।
यार शर्मिंदगी,
हाँ,
मैंने ऐसे क्यों किया यार, ऐसे हुआ कि नहीं
बेकार,
हुआ?
हम बेकार में उलझ गए, है ना? प्रॉब्लम कोई नहीं थी, लेकिन वो
मैंने
टकराहट हो गई, ईगो की
मेरे
टकराहट हो गई।
मेरे मेरे अबाउट 35 years बैक,
जी,
कितना साल पहले?
थर्टी
थर्टी
फाइव
फाइव
ईयर
ईयर
जी।
मेरा बेटा था।
अच्छा।
वो मेरा बेटा ने घर में, मतलब घर को उल्टा सीधा कर दिया।
हाँ हाँ।
तो घर को उल्टा उल्टा सीधा कर दिया। मुझे घर से एक फोन आ रहा है, दूसरा फोन आ रहा है, तीसरा फोन आ रहा है, और मेरा बहुत बिजनेस का मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट डे ऑफ द ईयर था।
अच्छा। जी जी।
तो
हम्म।
मैं उसको फोन किया, मैं बोला ऐसा मत करो, तंग मत करो। मुझे बोलता है हा हा हा, ही, हो। मैं बोलता हूँ बदतमीज मत बनो, ऐसा तंग मत करो, मैं आज बिजी हूँ, मैं रात को बात करूंगा। ई आ उ ई आ ई।
हाँ,
मैंने बोला देखो, मैं तुम्हें ऐसे मारूंगा, मैं तुम्हें ऐसे मारूंगा, ऐसे मत करो मुझे, मैं काम पे जा रहा हूँ, मत करो मत करो मत करो।
जी।
उसने फोन काट दिया।
अच्छा।
फिर
हाँ,
मैंने दोबारा फोन किया।
जी।
फिर उसने पिकअप फोन करके बोला रॉन्ग नंबर, कट कर दिया। फिर मैंने वापस फोन किया।
जी जी।
देखिए, गुस्सा भी ऐसा है ना, गुस्सा बढ़ता है,
बढ़ता है, बढ़ता है।
एक आग। फिर मैंने जो बात किया, मैं अभी भी आज तक मुझे शर्म है जिस जो बात मैंने किया। मैं बोल भी नहीं सकता हूं जो मैंने किया।
हाँ।
लेकिन
बिल्कुल।
मेरा पॉइंट ये है,
जी
अगर मैं एयर होता,
जी जी।
मैं नहीं
हाँ,
करता।
ना करते, ना करते।
बिकॉज
हाँ।
जब हम आध्यात्मिक भाव में है,
जी
हम
जी।
किसी पे बुरा करने के लिए लायक ही नहीं है।
नहीं है, नहीं है।
क्योंकि हम सब में प्रभु देखते हैं। अगर हम
जी।
सब में प्रभु देखते हैं,
हाँ हाँ।
फिर हम शांत में रहेंगे।
जी। हाँ हाँ।
क्रोध क्रोध तो तब आता है जब जब जो अहंकार है, वो अहंकार अपनी चोटी पे है।
बिल्कुल। जी जी।
जब हम समझते हैं अरे हम तो क्या है, मैं
हाँ हाँ।
क्या हूँ, कुछ भी नहीं,
जी
सब
जी।
कुछ तुम ही हो। तो
हाँ
देखिए, पता है ये लोग ना बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं, बातें तो कोई भी कर सकता है ना,
हाँ। जी जी।
लेकिन हम जो कॉल पे करते हैं, हम प्रैक्टिकली बोलते हैं कि प्रैक्टिकली अगर हमें एंगर मैनेजमेंट करना है,
जी। हाँ।
तो हमें चित्त में रहना है,
बिल्कुल। जी।
अविद्या को खत्म
हाँ हाँ।
करना है, मतलब अहंकार को खत्म करना है।
जी।
और जब अहंकार को हम जागृत करेंगे, अरे
हम्म
यार मैं कौन होता हूँ यार गुस्सा करने के लिए, मैं
हम्म,
क्रोधित क्यों होता हूँ यार,
जी
अगर
जी।
उसने कुछ किया ना वो उसकी
हाँ,
बेवकूफी है ना,
बिल्कुल।
मैं अपना चैन क्यों
हाँ,
खो बैठूं यार।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। जी जी। हाँ
अगर
हाँ।
हम इस भाव में रहेंगे ना,
हाँ हाँ। बिल्कुल, कि वो
मानते
भी
हम मानते
नादान।
मानते मानते
हाँ,
बात।
बिल्कुल वो नादान है। कभी हम भी ऐसे थे, जैसे आपने कहा ना 35 ईयर्स पहले जो है हम भी यही करते थे। आज आज हंसी आती है उस पे कि हम किसने क्या किया या सामने वाला क्या कर रहा है।
ने
जी।
बिल्कुल गलत किया। बिकॉज क्रोध में हम जो भी करते हैं गलत है।
गलत है। जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
क्रोध में ऐसा कोई चीज सही हो ही नहीं सकता।
हो ही नहीं सकता। जी बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता। बिल्कुल
बिकॉज
नहीं हो
जो
सकता।
क्रोध में हमारी बुद्धि जो है, हमें बुद्धू
हाँ
बना देती है।
हाँ, बुद्धू बना देती है। हाँ हाँ।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, वेरी गुड, इंटरेस्टिंग। सचिन, राजानंद शिवा।
प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
प्रणाम। सचिन राजानंद शिवा।
Guruji, I just wanted to ask you one thing. Example is someone does a case of thief in front of you. Okay. Someone does theft. Okay. And you know that the person has done theft. And he works under you. So in this case, since we know it's a karma, he's also doing a karma, what you should do? Because you're in a position you have to act disciplinary. So if you do a action on that, will that be considered as karma?
Who are you? Who are you to that person?
If my body is the general manager for that
Okay,
person.
let me explain. Let me explain to you.
Hmm.
The only reason where you may not be caught by karma
Hmm.
is if you are sincerely doing your dharma.
Hmm.
If you are sincerely doing your dharma, if you think SIP is directing you to do something,
Hmm.
suppose you can see a snake is going to kill somebody,
Hmm.
and you are watching the snake is going to kill, going to kill, going to kill, and you have a gun in your hand.
Hmm.
So should you let the snake kill that person?
No,
Then only if your
but
intention.
I am no one to even kill that snake. Who am
Yeah,
I?
but then if I what did I say? If you don't kill,
Hmm.
is fine.
Hmm.
But that can become adharma.
Hmm.
If you are watching a snake attack somebody and you don't make an effort,
No,
means you are
I'll
not.
definitely make an effort to cover the snake with something so that it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah,
Yet
but you can't.
also,
So the ultimate, I'm
hmm.
talking about ultimately,
Hmm. Hmm.
if you can't do everything, then what?
Hmm. Then you have to shoot maybe.
Yeah, if that's the last point. Only if the snake is going to be, you're sure the snake is going to cause visible
Hmm.
damage. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
If a mosquito is biting somebody, you don't have to kill it.
Yeah, sure. Hmm.
Let the mosquito bite. It's okay.
Hmm.
So I said, when you're asking the original question, when you have to take action on somebody,
Hmm.
unless it is your moral responsibility and you have to do it.
Hmm.
But remember this, suppose you are in the moral responsibility of working in a butcher shop and you keep
Hmm.
on cutting because that's your livelihood. Then
Hmm.
should you be continuing to work in the butcher shop, or you should
No,
quit
you
your
should not.
quit
You
your
should
job?
quit that. You should quit that job.
Hope you are getting the point.
Yeah,
Rajanand,
I got it. Hmm.
Rajanand Sibabliko.
Shivam sir.
Rajanand Shibo.
Shivam sir. Sir, anger, the cause is duality. Duality causes I-ness. I just get us hurt. We 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 get our expectations get hurt. We get bad situations. We meet bad people. So there is anger. But we should by now we should have we have learned that we have to be in consciousness all the time, and that means we have to react any situation where the such situation of being anger, where anger is involved, we have to react in consciousness, because in consciousness only everything gets solved in the consciousness only, because in consciousness you are under control of your viveka buddhi. So even if you are in danger, at that time we should not lose our consciousness. We should react. That is administratively anger, जैसे हम बोलेंगे उसको, we should react to protect ourselves, to protect and to teach the person a lesson in a good manner. But उस वक्त भी हमें विवेक नहीं खोलना है. We should not lose our anger. It is viveka, and we should not lose ourselves to the anger. So anger में नहीं, why, how we cannot become angry. We will not become angry if we learn the art of seeing oneness in everywhere. The art of real, what we have learned here, वो तो लंबा चौड़ा oneness in everyone. Everyone is me and I am the other. So I will have, and उससे क्या होगा, we will learn to go for क्षमा means forgiveness. ठीक है, बोल दिया, कोई बात नहीं, व्हाट द हेल, कुछ नहीं होता है इससे. व्हाट देन, जैसे आप बोलते हो फिर क्या होता है, नथिंग मैटर्स. क्षमा, फॉरगिवनेस. देन दया, कंपैशन. बेचारा इसको पता नहीं है, ये अविद्या में, ही इज इन अविद्या. He is not knowing the reality of oneness, so let him say like that whatever he is saying. And one more thing, when we have contentment से क्या होता है, that I will not expect more, and because expectations also create anger in one of that kuch nahi kiya usse mere, he has not done this thing for me, this thing for me. So, and then there's acceptance. When I will accept everything, okay, it has come to me, okay, let me accept. It is a prasada step, so let it be like that. So usse we will be in harmony. We will live in harmony within consciousness. So I think anger can be easily managed.
Okay, very long. I told you your best answers are short answers. मैंने आपको एटलीस्ट 10 बार बोला अगर आप अपना एटलीस्ट आपको समराइज बिकॉज लोग नहीं तो आपकी बातों में बहक जाते हैं. You must always summarize. You must either start with a summary or end with a summary. End with one line answer.
So only one line answer is that duality. We have to go from duality to non-duality. Uske baad it is very easy to manage the anger.
See, I want to tell everybody on this call, all of you in this call have limited patience and limited attention span. So when somebody is speaking on the call, you don't want anybody in this call. Sometimes some heroes are there, like Rajendra's one-line summary is too good. So I don't like to miss his one-line summary. But abhi Aham Atma ko bola, Aham Atma speaks a lot of good things. But we don't want the long answer to overtake our. You say Girish Anand. Have you ever seen Girish Anand speaking more than 1 or 2 lines? Has anybody seen Girish Anand speaking more than 1 line or 2 lines? Have you seen Siri? She will speak 1 line or 2 lines. She will not speak more than 1 line or 2 lines. So that is the most effective way of speaking. Thank you. So good. Siba, Bliko, Abba. And Siba also. To the point.
Thank you, Guruji. Guruji, it needs lot of practice to overcome those 7 miseries, Guruji. So if you take 24, Guruji, my practice I'm telling, 24 hours, I won't get angry on anybody. And you contemplate on that. And if the samne wala person is getting angry on you, then you can immediately go into consciousness.
Thank you.
गुरुजी कुछ कमेंट बोलो ना. ठीक है, नहीं ठीक है, wrong है. You're not telling only anything.
Summarize your answer in 1 line.
गुरुजी, अब इसको कैसे summarize करूं?
1 line.
Okay.
अगर आपको चाहते कि मैं आपका कमेंट दूं तो यहाँ पे जो कॉल पे है, देखिए जो कोई कॉल पे है उसका कोई माँ बाप सामने खड़ा है, कोई बच्चा चिल्ला रहा है, कोई ये हो रहा है, कोई वो हो रहा है. We have to keep the call very focused. I just now told Rajanand, and I have to keep the call focused. Let everybody benefit from the call. Very important. Bliko, Abba, Pix, Ahmatma. Bliko.
Shivoham, love you all.
Yes, Bliko.
This is my favorite topic because I am suffering from this from long time.
Okay.
This anger management. And today I wrote so many things. I like only 2 points. Very good. Don't lose your temper. Use your temper. That is for me.
Only
use
when it's really necessary.
Necessary, correct. Otherwise, sip in all the time, then you will easily control your anger. That is 2 points I like.
Yeah. See, as I told you, sometimes for me it's very common to see people angry. It's very common. People are angry, people are upset, people are so because we are in consciousness, Bliko, what do? We try not to react.
Not to react, yeah. Respond only. Respond if it is required.
RDR. Respond to. But sometimes you have no choice. But what you said, not to lose your temper, but to use your temper.
To stop that garbage from us throwing on us, right? So we have to use that one.
Have I spoken about the garbage truck? Have I spoken about it or not yet spoken?
I think you have.
I think it's going to be. It's an Insta topic for coming week. For the coming week, it's one Insta topic.
But I like today's Instagram that feet on your street. Your feet should be on your street and head on the sky.
If your feet are on the street, your head can be in heaven.
In heaven, yeah.
But some people whose head is on the street, then their feet is in heaven.
Yeah, like in one more small comment on Aparoksh Anubhati, there is a sentence that Buddhi Gnanamay Krutva Pasya Brahmamay Jagat. When that comes in your head, established in your head, Buddhi Gnanamay Krutva means if your knowledge is realized then you see world as a, see Brahman everywhere and everywhere.
Good. Thank you, Bliko. Abha picks Ahmatma. Unmute Abha, please.
Sure. Just again taking up from that point, use your anger rather
Temper.
than
You use your temper, don't lose your temper.
Yeah, it is very fun. Now, see, if you're being held up at a gunpoint, for example, it depends on what you're trying to, protect. If you're trying to protect your car or possessions or something like that, it's not wise to use your thing. But it is if you're being attacked physically, and then yes, you do whatever you do, use it to protect yourself. Maybe it's not a very good example because it's more to do with fear rather than anger.
I was just going to come. I was wondering why you're bringing this. But since you brought the point since you brought about the point, let me even tell you regarding the example you gave.
Yeah.
Suppose you are in a situation where you may get fear. So, Abba, I'm just giving example, commenting on the example. When you're in the fear, if you're in a state of mind, you can't use your intelligence and escape.
Right.
But if you are in a state of consciousness, then you will be able to study what is the best thing I can do.
Yes.
And Abba, when anger is concerned, where we have to use is use your temper, don't lose your temper. When somebody is pushing us up the pole, when somebody, maybe a maid, maybe a taxi driver, sometimes a taxi driver, you must have surely had an experience in life where the taxi driver was just being unreasonable. No, madam, I have waited for you 10 minutes, you pay extra 25%. Now, the best thing to do is give it. If you can, if it's not going to make a difference, to give him that 10, 20, 30% and be done with it. Pure Paul Araf. But the point is that if we don't sometimes use our temper, then we are unable to get situations. So we should only use our temper when the situation is so grave, when the situation really, otherwise we should just let it be. Chodona. Let it go. Let it go. What will happen if the taxi driver takes it extra for me? Let him take it. Because it's not going to affect your life. You should use your temper only in situations where it's very important in your life. Good example. Thank you. Picks Atma. 10 minutes more for questions. 10 minutes. Picks and Atma.
Shivam Guruji, we have two medicines in our pocket. One is consciousness, second is mind. If we use the medicines of consciousness, we respond well on every situations. जैसे डॉक्टर बोलता है ना ये दवाई आपके लिए अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स कर रही है, आप इसको कंटिन्यू रखो. सेकंड मेडिसिन इज माइंड. when we are taking this medicine, we are react on any situations. We forget that everyone is God. IS. We come on duality that सामने वाला शैतान है, भगवान नहीं देख पाते हम. So according to me, consciousness is the key, and just a response on every situation. Don't react.
So what is our challenge? Our challenge is not to see a Bhagwan as a shaitan. Our challenge is to see the shaitan as a Bhagwan.
Yes.
So that is our challenge. And if we can see that, then we are good. And this is what you're saying. We must be in consciousness. So that is it. That is the way. Okay, good. Atma. But we will conclude today with 5 minutes of advice. I will spend the last 5 minutes in concluding on this subject.
Guruji, I'll be speaking only in English from now with you. Very point to the point.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
एक्सपेक्टेशन बिकॉज हिंदी में कुछ उतना अच्छा नहीं है. मैं ओके कोई ये नहीं. एक्सपेक्टेशन लीड्स टू फ्रस्ट्रेशन and frustrations leads to unhappiness. Since we are in the spiritual field, if you are going to be in the state of consciousness, by sacrificing all the fruits of actions, accepting everything as a prasadam from Bhagavan, we can able to overcome the angry. This is the point I am following now. I don't know how to express it.
No, you are following. I'm telling you, you are learning more than any other poet. You are learning more. You are very much established in consciousness. But
Yeah, thanks.
only one thing I learned in my life. Every day I learn something.
Yeah.
Every day I keep my my ability to learn. I keep the door open. I keep the door closed for the mind, but I keep the ability to learn. I keep the door open. And I always like to listen to somebody to see maybe they have a good point. Sometimes we are judgmental. Even before somebody makes a point, already we have decided, yeah, wo to bewkoof hai. You're the useless fellow. You will not talk. Now, so we have to always be in consciousness. And like you said, why I had to see you, sometimes you speak very profound things. And also I requested everybody on this call, including myself, we should be brief.
Okay.
And we should also summarize, either start with the key statement or end with the key statement. So everybody benefits in this call. Thank you,
Guruji, what is your view on the expectation management? What I said now, if you are going to sacrifice our expectations, accepting everything as a prasadam, whatever.
If you have expectations, there will be disappointment 100%.
Correct.
Therefore, there should be no expectation.
Yeah.
We should not expect, we should accept.
Yeah.
We should not EXPECT, always ACCEPT. Both the words are very similar. Replace expect with accept.
I think this is the secret of anger management.
But no. The secret of anger management is सब में प्रभु को देख के सबसे प्यार करना, प्रभु से प्यार करने का एक ही है रास्ता, सबसे प्यार कर लो, सबसे प्यार कर लो. What is the secret? The secret is love all.
Yeah.
Love the divine in all.
Sure.
Chotwani.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Chotwani.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
Sir, once we realize the truth that I am not mind and ego, our ego will dissolve and we can eliminate anger.
100%. Because Ashok, who is getting angry?
Ego.
No, I.
Yeah, I is ego. Yeah, yes, sir.
I am getting angry. If I am not there, then who will get angry?
Yeah, no question of anger.
Who gets greedy?
I.
If I is not there?
There is no question of greed.
If who gets selfish?
I, sir.
If
ego.
there is no I?
There will be no problem of anything.
Who causes hate?
Actually, mind, due to thoughts of mind, toxic mind, ego become angry. Yes, sir?
No. So mind will not create hate. Mind, I'll explain this, very important. See, Ashok, only I can hate you. For hate to happen, what are the two important elements? I and you.
Yeah.
For anger, what are the two important elements? I and you.
Yeah.
If I am jealous, what are the two important elements? I am jealous about you.
Yes, sir.
For revenge, if I want to take revenge, what are the two important elements?
Same, I and you.
But in mind, there's no I and you.
Yeah.
In mind, for example, fear. Who's getting fear?
Mind.
Only I know you.
Yeah.
Who's getting worry? Who's creating worry?
Yeah, I, sir.
No, you.
Yeah.
Stress. Who's getting stressed?
Yeah, mind, sir. Due to mind, we get stressed, no, sir?
Only I. No, you.
Yeah.
Who's getting anxiety?
I.
No, you.
Yeah.
So who's feeling guilty? I am feeling guilty. Who's feeling shame? I am feeling shame. Who's having regret? I am having regret. So what are the 7 miseries of the mind? We know.
Yeah.
But the ego is built on the mind only.
Yeah.
But the monsters don't belong to the mind. The monsters belong to the
Ego.
ego. What are the monsters, Ashok? Anger,
Yeah.
hate, revenge, jealousy, pride, greed, and selfishness.
Selfish. Yes.
Sometimes I may forget my name, but I won't forget this.
Yeah.
Have we taught you all in Hindi? Who knows in Hindi? Anybody knows in Hindi? Who can tell me what is this in Hindi? कमल जी जानते हैं आप हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? ये जो ईगो, क्रोध होता है,
अहंकार ना।
हाँ, तो साथ क्या है? अहंकार के साथ
गुस्सा।
सात जो भयंकर चीजें हैं अहंकार की, क्या है वो 7 चीजें?
मतलब गुस्सा जो आता है उसका
एंगर, हेट, रिवेंज, जेलिसी, प्राइड, ग्रीड एंड सेल्फिशनेस, यू नो।
अच्छा अच्छा, उसका हिंदी।
हाँ, नोट करो, आपको नोट करना है, आपको दुनिया को सिखाना है, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
क्रोध, घृणा, बदला, ईर्ष्या, घमंड, लालच एंड स्वार्थ।
आप तो यू आर हिंदी मास्टर ना।
अरे नहीं, मैं हिंदी में नहीं हूँ मास्टर, इसलिए मैं आपको बोलता हूँ, आपको बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
You caught me suddenly, so I was not.
But I hope you will capture this. Anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, pride, greed and selfishness. कुछ मैं गलत बोल रहा हूँ? क्रोध, घृणा, बदला, ईर्ष्या, घमंड, लालच, स्वार्थ। और मन के जो साथ है वो क्या है? फियर, वरी, स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी, रिग्रेट, शेम एंड गिल्ट, क्या है?
डर है, फियर,
वरी, स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी, रिग्रेट, शेम एंड गिल्ट।
चिंता, एक एक करके बोलिए आप।
डर, चिंता, तनाव, बेचैनी, पछतावा, शर्म, अपराध बोध। ये मुझे बाय हार्ट नहीं आता है, मुझे आई नीड द हेल्प ऑफ अ गाइड टू टेल यू।
ये तो बहुत अच्छा है, आपको मालूम है।
तो यू मस्ट मेक दिस, आप इसको मतलब दुनिया में फैलाइए। So, my dear friends, we are reaching the end of the call. Let me spend 5 minutes in making you understand today's topic. So I will spend 5 minutes and then close. Today's topic is on anger management. Anger is not good. Anger is a fire. And like somebody said, when you get angry at somebody, it's like taking burning hot charcoal and throwing it. But when you throw the burning hot charcoal on somebody, first you will burn your own hand. This is Dada Vaswani, my guru. He has taught, and I wrote a book for him. And what's the book I wrote for him? Burn anger before anger burns you. My dear friends, anger, krodh, is a terror. I called that book The Terror Within. If you Google, you may find the book. It's called The Terror Within. The Terror Within. अगर हम ये क्रोध को लेके जिएंगे, if we live with terror of anger, we are sure going to destroy our peace. We are going to destroy our bliss. We are going to spoil our love. Imagine you have somebody very dear in your life, and you are having somebody very dear in your life, but you are not able to control your anger. You will be surely losing your relationship. Your relationship will go for a toss only because you did not control your anger. What do we speak in spirituality? In spirituality, we say 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2. 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. This is the secret to overcome anger. But if we are going to live as normal human beings, anger will be a routine part of our life. But if we want to get rid of anger, sometimes simple meditation on anger. Why am I getting angry? What is the cause of my anger? Whatever is happening is my own karma coming back to me. If somebody is doing something wrong, Why should I react? It is their bad karma. If somebody is doing something wrong to me, I have every right to protect myself. But in protecting myself, why should I be angry? Because anger will burn my inner being. Anger creates the burning charcoal inside us. And sometimes anger will last for a very, very long time. The effect of anger sometimes can last for many, many, many years. We should not let anger take charge of our life. And therefore, what is the best way to overcome anger? Forgive. Let go. Chodo. What did Jesus say? Jesus said, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they say. Even Mahatma Gandhi said something like that. If we are in consciousness, we will have the gift of forgiveness. Very often people come to me and they tell me I'm sorry. I laugh. And some people who see me, they ask me, how many times will you forgive? How many times will you forgive such a foolish person going on, going on, going on, upsetting you, then sorry. Going on, upsetting you, then sorry. What did they ask Jesus? How many times we should forgive? 7 times or 70 times? And what was Jesus' answer? 70 multiplied by 7. How many times we should forgive? 70 multiplied by 7. So do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That is the golden rule. Do unto others as you have others do unto you. And the diamond rule, do unto others as they would have liked done unto them. Everybody has some expectation from you, especially if you're a divine being, if you're a divine soul, then people think of you in that way. And because people think of you as a divine soul, it is very important for you to be in soul consciousness established. So, my dear friends, don't open the door for anger. Remember, SIP is in all. And remind yourself you are SIP. And if you are getting angry at SIP, it is the biggest crime. Biggest crime. So don't waste time getting angry. Let go. Forgive. Chodo. Move on. And if at worst you have to use your temper little bit, if it is your dharma, then use your temper little bit, but don't lose your temper. For if you lose your temper, you're going to be carrying that burning core of anger throughout. How to manage anger is enlighten your ego and see the divine in one and all. There will be no anger left to manage. With folded hands, I bow down to you.